Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we are going to talk about why Dragon left Luffy with Garp and never revealed himself to his son. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. But pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel. That way you will join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit or master your favorite haki. It would also help our crew a lot if you leave your thumbs up on today's video, so together we can become Yonkos. Now let's continue with today's video. Like any good story, One Piece has a huge diversity of mysteries, whether they are about the story itself, involving the Void Century, Joy Boy, Goody Roger, and so many others, or mysteries about the characters themselves, not necessarily what they did, but their goals and them as a whole. Perhaps, currently, one of the most blank characters for us to date is Monkey D. Dragon, the commander of the Revolutionary Army and Luffy's father. The questions regarding Dragon are not only what his ultimate goal is with the Revolutionary Army, of course, beyond the obvious one of ending the world government, but what must have driven him to create such a group, whether his inspiration is connected to the figures from antiquity who started the Age of Pirates, and finally, what is his history. Little by little, the mysteries of One Piece have been revealed and clarified, although some still remain for us. One of them, for sure, is about Luffy's family. Who would his mother be? Would she still be alive? Was she a pirate who traveled with Dragon for a short time? Or was she someone similar to Ace's mother, who lived on an island? Why did Dragon abandon his son with Garp? These and other questions we still don't have direct concrete answers to, but we can assume some things based on the information we have and on the author's own words. And that is what we will discuss in today's video. Monkey D. Dragon, also known worldwide as the world's worst criminal, is the infamous supreme commander of the Revolutionary Army who has been trying at all costs to overthrow the world government. He is the father of Monkey D. Luffy and son of Monkey D. Garp, having been born in the kingdom of Go as well as them. He was also responsible for saving Sabo's life after the latter nearly drowned in an attack by world nobles, eventually making the boy his second in command. As a character first introduced in the Logtown arc, where he helped Luffy escape from the clutches of Navy Captain Smoker, Dragon has since occasionally appeared throughout the series as an important background character, either making comments about what's going on, acting in some way that we don't quite know yet, or just showing off so that we know where he is while other occurrences are taking place. As leader of the Revolutionary Army, Dragon is dedicated to dismantling the world government and its corrupt nobility system that allows its world nobles to oppress the lower-class citizens as they please. He considers the corrupt nobility in his homeland, the Kingdom of Goa, the same problem on a smaller scale, and was furious when their selfish actions caused an innocent noble like Sabo to denounce them. When he rescued Sabo the day after he was attacked by a ship of the world noble, Dragon was shown with a powerful look of anger on his face. The Supreme Commander is usually seen with a serious, business-oriented disposition and takes care to stay highly informed about world events and educate his subordinates about relevant objects and events in current affairs. Dragon is quick to warn his subordinates against celebrating small victories, reminding them of the war they are in and the great power of the world government. However, he has been shown smiling as he reflects on the changing course of the world, particularly his son Luffy's role as a pirate. Dragon is extremely careful and discreet about his personal life and history, as he did not tell anyone in the Revolutionary Army that he was Garp's son or Luffy's father, and once thwarted Ivankov's attempt to ask if he had family in the world. When news of his family ties surfaced after the Marineford Summit War, Dragon noted that it would help his subordinates to see him as a human for the first time. Dragon has shown himself to be an empathetic person, especially to those who are oppressed by the world government system. He checked to see if a young Sabo was all right after seeing him thrown to the ground, and did not hesitate to take his report to the nobles of the Goa Kingdom very seriously. He is very concerned about the plight of the people who are oppressed by the world government and its islands, seeking them out to invite them to join his struggle for freedom. He also cares about the members and associates of his army, as shown when he asked Koal if Nico Robin was doing well. well. When he was under the impression that Port Gastiace was Dragon's son, Emporio Ivankov hoped Dragon would go to Marineford to save Ace, showing that Dragon has love and care for his family and possibly his son, Luffy, despite not being involved in his childhood. And it was this strange character dynamic that gave rise to one of the biggest questions among the fandom. Why did Dragon abandon Luffy and never reveal himself to him as his father, as someone who was never a part of his son's life, giving his custody to his grandfather, Monkey D. Garp? In fact, Luffy never knew or even cared who his father or mother was, only finding out it was Dragon 2 years ago when Garp told him in Water 7 when he saw Dragon's face for the first time after reading the report on the destruction of Baldy Go. Realizing how dangerous the Revolutionary Army was, the Straw Hat didn't pay as much attention to his father as he did to his sworn brother Sabo. In the past, Ivankov noticed that Dragon was constantly looking at East Blue from his base and wondered if he had any family there. The Supreme Commander seems to support Luffy's journey as a pirate, expressing approval of him becoming one when in Log Town and reflecting in Baldy Go that he hoped Luffy's pirate career would play a role in changing the world. To that end, he saved Luffy from being captured by Smoker in Log Town and anticipates reuniting with his son in the future, probably in this last saga of One Piece in the manga, in which we will eventually have another great war coming our way. But why would Dragon abandon his son out there? Some fans speculate that there may be some explanations for this, although it probably won't be put in check or said directly in the work at some point, leaving it up to us to interpret his actions better than words, since Dragon seems like that kind of person. The first speculation is that it was for the greater good. Monkey D. Dragon is known as the world's worst criminal, and is thus a person sought after madly by the world government, as well as being the supreme commander of the Revolutionary Army, a D, and having direct connections to several important figures in history. He is destined to do great things in the One Piece universe, even though many people may not realize how important the Revolutionary Army is now. Eventually, they became one of the main groups to gain prominence in this final saga of the work. Some even say that Luffy would never get their support to achieve his goals. However, it is possible that both parties will unite in a fight against a common adversary, despite their differences in goals. The Revolutionary Army wishes to dismantle the world government and its lies, likely declaring a direct war against them at this final point in the story. It is possible that a reason similar to this is that of Goody Roger himself, who left behind his son Ace with Garp. Of course, Dragon was not programmed to die like Roger, but he was planning to overthrow the world government and was aware that he would become the most wanted man in the world, which could put his innocent son at risk, even more so being a harmless baby unable to defend himself. That said, it is possible that Dragon reluctantly left Luffy with Garp in order to pursue his goals. We don't have all the details of the story yet, but major speculation points to something along these lines. This way, Luffy would also have the chance to choose his own destiny, rather than having it forced upon him. Just as it was with Ace, who despite being Roger's son, decided to follow his own story and live his own life without worrying about the blood that ran in his veins, dealing with his actions, and dying by his own choice. In this way, it would leave Luffy safer as well, as he would not be a target early on and could have the freedom of choice for his future. Also, Dragon should know that leaving him with Garp would be safe enough, which might show a certain trust or respect from him to the old man. Another possibility that could also be explored is regarding Monkey's family or clan, and maybe being saved to comment on his history at the end of the work, dictating about morality and family in this way. Dragon and Garp are the two pillars of morality before Luffy becomes the third. The old man is the hero of the Navy and refuses to receive the promotion because he wishes to serve the people and not the celestial beings. So we have these two extremely powerful characters who are dedicated to helping those who cannot help themselves. However, as a consequence of this, they have had to sacrifice time spent with their families, something to pay for in order to keep the ideologies and people they hold dear safe. So can they really be the pillars of morality if they prioritize others over their own family? Also, if we think of Dragon forcing Luffy to join the revolutionaries, Dragon would be more like Big Mom than any other character in this score, and may have made the Straw Hat a completely different person than than we know. Whatever the reason, it is likely that at some point One Piece will tell us through more subtle scenes, and not as directly as may have been the case with Ace. Although it would be a pretty cool thing to be able to see Luffy's mother and the exploration of the monkey family at some point in the story, in case the family itself is important, aside from the D's. But what about you? Why do you think Dragon left Luffy? Could the conclusion we've drawn be right? Leave your opinion in the comments. That's it, my Straw Hat Pirate. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.